that I get, it's a feeling that I don't regret. It comes on fast and it comes on strong. It comes from everywhere and it won't be long. Plug me in. It ain't no sin. I am going for the win, so plug me in. You see it creeping up on the horizon. No surprises and no denying. No denying. I get a taste, but I'm needing more electric power straight to the core. Straight to the core. It's a feeling that I get. It's a feeling that I don't regret. It comes on fast and it comes on strong. It comes from everywhere and it won't be long. Plug me in. It ain't no sin. I am going for the win, so plug me in. Now. Wired up and I'm ready to go. Fire the pistols and keep your head low. Keep them low. It comes on fast and it comes on strong. It comes from everywhere and it won't be long. So plug me in. Why don't you plug me in? Come on now and plug me in. I need you to plug me in. Yeah, plug me in. It ain't no sin. I am going for the win, so plug me in. Yeah, plug me in. Alright, it ain't no sin. Oh yeah, I am going for the win, so plug me in. Yeah, plug me in.
The following special may contain coarse language, offensive opinions, random nonsense, ridiculous shenanigans, and passionate rants. It should probably not be viewed by anyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Are you ready?
We'll do it live! F it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? Here we go.
Welcome back to another episode of Hall of Fandom Behind the Ren Part 7. And I don't have a normal soundboard, so let's do this. What's up, everybody? We back. I am your host, Thundarius. I am joined with my hostesses of the mostesses over here.
Random old shades.
And I am very specifically Dylan.
And y'all know we Cyber School Media over here. So welcome in, everybody. There was... it's always something, right? There's always something that's not working when you go to stream. So I'm sorry, but we're here now. We're here. Welcome in, everybody. We got
We got Frey, we got Skoggy, we got Lonnie Bird, Colleen, Far From Heaven, Hummingbird, Mary, we got Nikki, we got EMS, we have apples. I like apples. How do you like them apples, Dylan?
I got a number. How do you like them apples?
Welcome in Trish and Peter and Nicole and Infrared and anybody I may have missed. Cosmic. It's gonna be an interesting day today. Like we said, we are starting with a couple of the chapters episodes, at least the first 2, maybe 3. We'll see how it goes. Then we want to have some fun to finish that up so you guys can send us stuff and we will go react to it. No music today. Remember that. So we don't have if we don't have to try to deal with waiting on getting copyrights released, we can manage the ad placement a hell of a lot better. Otherwise, you go in the back end and look at these things when we're done and YouTube puts ads on it. There's like 100 ads on there. And that ain't cool, right? So anyways, how are you boys doing today? We've had the last couple of nights of some good music around here we've been to.
Hey,
Some of
I
us
got.
has.
Well, now it goes
That's
both
right.
ways. We only had 2/3 at both shows,
I was at both shows because I'm an overachiever.
and then I was at one, and Shades was at the other. So it's a pretty good average. We're always representing.
Who we see Thursday
Hey,
night, Dylan? While I get this all set up.
Thursday. How about Friday?
Friday night. Who we see Friday night, Dylan? while I
Friday
get this all
night.
set up?
We saw Tag Along, Virgin Mary Pistol Grip, and Wake Sessions.
Oh yeah. Got some
Hey,
rock.
I
and
made
then...
my
Oh.
I made my performance debut on Friday night.
Oh.
Did you hear it? Yeah. I played the hand claps.
Dude,
I
he
did
can
real
clap
good.
so fast. I was proud of him.
Yeah. I did real good. I wanted to show them what I had, and they were like, "Man, that's really good."
We had rock Friday night, and then we went and saw our buddies Dread and Strange last night at a street dance, and we let it loose a little bit last night. It was a good time. Now, someone said, let me pull this up right now, Pete. If you're doing Vincent's Tale for next week, it may be worth you doing the shorts he posted and the run up to the stream. Holy shit, Nicole. So, first off, $50! $50 super chat right there, man. Ren
$50
story
bill.
time, Princess and the
$50
Frog.
bill.
So you have another one? Because we've actually done that one. We have done that one. It's in one of the first or second episodes of this that we did. So if you got another one, let us know.
I think the second one.
Second one. Oh, the second episode.
Yes, I think
I need
so.
to go back and change the thumbnails to have like a list of what we covered in it, so it's a little bit easier. But hell yeah, man. Thank you. So before I forget, we are gonna do the shorts in the actual reaction video for Vincent's Tale at the beginning of the recording. We're actually gonna start by watching those and then get into self-portrait. So it's gonna be long as fuck. But we're going to put it all in one video for you guys. So, because we talked about doing it today after chapters, but it was suggested in the Discord to do it in Vincent's Tale. So, figured that would be the best way that people would be able to see it instead of buried in one of these. So, our Discord is always popping. So, if you want to join our Discord, we got a cool little group of people who are hanging out in there every single day. And, yeah, so we got Matt in here now. What's up, Matt? What's up, everybody? Well, should we stop delaying the inevitable and get into chapters number 2? Because we only watched the first one, correct?
As far
Yeah,
as I
pretty sure.
can remember, we just got through
Okay.
one. Yes.
Because then we did Dead Wax last month, and then
We did.
got to catch up. So before we do that, I have a UK brew with me today, boys. I'm drinking an import today. One of my favorite ciders right here. I got some Strongbow.
Does it have Wilsey's artwork on it? If it's
It
no Wilsey
doesn't.
art, it doesn't
I
count.
can't get the fun stuff. They don't have the fun stuff.
Bro, that's apple juice.
Or this is
Probably.
European cider, 5%.
Mhm.
I like me some
5% apples?
Strongbow. It's so good, bro. It's so good, bro. It's so much better than that Angry Orchard crap. Even though they're about to do a collab with Jason, so I might have to get some of those. But
Jason Voorhees?
yes, yep,
What?
yep. Angry Orchard's about to do a Jason Voorhees collab.
Hey, our
Oh,
homie
shit.
Taylor got some Jason Voorhees shoes, and the guy that made them is his
Those
homie
the Bull
now.
Airs.
No, these are Walmart licensed,
Oh,
but the guy that made them is hooking him up. He's giving him an autographed pair.
all right. Well, chat's going crazy today. I'm just trying to catch up here before we get in. Discord is the place to be. That's it. Where am I? I got so much stuff on my screens, guys. Let me find out where I'm at here.
Let me catch up real quick.
Yeah. See what people are saying. Did Nicole give us? She'll think about another one. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
We got
I
some
don't want to
time.
forget that. You got some time. Oh, Skoggy rewatched the first Behind the Ren to prep for this. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, they're all
Appreciate that.
chaptered out. You can see everything that we watched in the chapters in the comments. I go back afterwards and I chapter everything out, link everything. It takes me a while, but I get it done. The BF approves of your drink of choice, Thundy. Hell yeah. Non-detection thinks they're too sugary and the dry flat ones are better. That's fine. Mary's over here booing me. I love me some Strongbow, bro. Always have.
We are not sponsored, so this is a what do you want to call that? A non-paid endorsement.
No,
I don't even know
no,
that I've
nobody
heard of that
sponsors
stuff.
us. We sponsor ourselves. See, just like this. We sponsor ourselves. Come on down to Do Where's My Vape today.
But I don't vape, so if Red Bull wants to show us some money, then I'd be good.
Yeah. Get your act together, Thundy. I'm working on it. All right. Let's do this. This is Ren Chapter 2.
A year of living in a nightmarish purgatory does strange things to your psyche. I was still trying to push through university, but I found myself missing many lectures to stay in bed. I started noticing more unusual symptoms creeping in, a strange buzzing sensation in the soles of my feet. My vision started looking like fuzzy television static, something that I later learned was called visual snow, something with no known origin. My calf muscles started constantly twitching and spasming. At any moment, they wouldn't go longer than 20 seconds without twitching, and that can drive you a bit nuts. All these symptoms I still live with to this day. You just become very used to tolerating constant discomfort. It becomes kind of the norm and kind of becomes like an annoying, unsettling radio static in the background of existence. I stopped taking my antidepressants after having cycled many different kinds. None of them helped. All of them gave me some new kind of symptom or side effect like insomnia, dry mouth, heart palpitations, no libido, etc. I spent a lot of my time alone, but in the moments of respite I'd hang out with friends. We formed a band called Trick the Fox the year before I'd gotten sick. It was the one ray of sunshine I had at the time. I quickly became friends with a bass player called Charlie, and we developed some kind of musical telepathy where we both knew what the other was going to play before it even happened. It was the first musician I've ever felt this kind of chemistry with.
Well, we've already got a lot of stuff that I would like to comment on. First off, yes, thank you. I agree. Don't give him any more excuses. Why does Dylan look like a nun?
I'm ready for the mosh pit. I always
Who was
gotta
in
be
the
ready.
hood today?
It's always windbreaker season if it's below like 80.
It's a little chill out here today. A little chill out here. So, antidepressants and their side effects. I've definitely dealt with that. Everything he was talking about. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's so rough finding antidepressants that work, and then you gotta spend weeks to get on to get them fully operational. Then it takes forever to get off. And if there's crazy side effects, and it's like, well, now I gotta, how many months of my life is this gonna take to try to find something that may still not even work? It's a rough, man. And Trick the Fox. We've covered some Trick the Fox on here. What did we cover? You remember?
Was it like streetlights?
Yeah, we covered Street Lights. That was good. I dug that. I dug that. You got to get some more Trick the Fox going. And him talking about the first musician he's ever felt that kind of chemistry with, where they just like can understand each other non-verbally. Like the guy I play music with, like I relate to that so much. There's never been anyone else I've ever played with that I feel the way I feel when I play with him. And we can go months without playing, sit down, and it's like we didn't skip a beat, bro. There's no like, oh, we gotta knock the rust off. We're just automatically in sync. It's super weird, and I love it. So I hate that I can't play right now, but I can totally relate to that. Boys, got anything to say, or should we get back into it?
Let's roll. I don't have any musical connections. I got
Yeah, me
homies that play
neither.
music, but yeah, like I said, I'm apparently a wicked good hand clapper. So
Wicked good.
I just know. Yeah, there's no rust on that. Just instantly.
Shades plays a great accordion.
And now look, I'm
Nah.
practicing.
Nah.
I might have a new
A
instrument
bongo.
to bring to the table.
It was the one ray of sunshine I had at the time. I quickly became friends with a bass player called Charlie, and we developed some kind of musical telepathy where we both knew what the other was going to play before it even happened. It was the first musician I've ever felt this kind of chemistry with. I became a kind of third wheel in his Momoko's relationship. With time, Momoko became like a sister to me. To this day, it's one of my favorite people on this spinning rock. Performing with Trick the Fox was one of the rare times that I felt free. There was something about the duty of having to entertain others that let me escape the physical limitations of my own sick body, even if just for a moment. I usually pay for it the next day with what can only be described as an energy hangover where I'd be stuck in bed all day, but for me that was worth it. Those days I was still fairly functional. It was around this time I started losing faith in the medical industry. The more appointments I'd go to, adamant that something was wrong, the more of a hypochondriac they treat me as. Medical gaslighting is a real thing with chronic illness. They chalk me down as someone who was always requesting blood tests, and my mental health diagnosis probably didn't help that. Strangely, they never tested me for any kind of pathogens. I decided to embark on a precarious journey into the Russian roulette chamber of Dr. Google. I would type in the most predominant symptom of the day, and Dr. Google would tell me that I have a rare disease and I'm probably going to die. With time, I sharpened my search engine axe and refined what I was looking for. I dived headfirst into the abyss of online support groups, hoping to find solace or answers amongst fellow sufferers. We were like crabs in a barrel. Very rarely someone would find their silver bullet and announce what it was that cured them. Hundreds of people would follow their protocol, some with mild success, but most of us will still remain trapped. I joined as many online support groups as I could. It was a bit like the beginning of Fight Club, except instead of faking conditions to feel accepted, I was desperately hoping I had those conditions so I could cure myself and get the fuck out. I convinced myself I had conditions like candida, magnesium deficiency, parasites, adrenal fatigue, heavy metal poisoning, etc. At the time, I felt like I was single-handedly keeping Jeff Bezos in business. While most students were spending their student loan on drinks, I'd spend mine on the supplement or protocol of the week. I'd follow whatever herbal or supplement protocol was suggested, sometimes noticing mild improvement and sometimes getting a lot worse, most of the time feeling nothing. A story would pop up on one of these groups like, after I did a 30-day parasite cleanse of wormwood, cloves and garlic, all my symptoms disappeared. I'd read a story like this, get full of hope and put myself through a grueling 30 days, which would often result in a worsening of symptoms. My body felt even sicker and weaker, but I'd stick it out because I was told that this was a good sign. The parasites are dying. I peered into the toilet bowl and valiantly waved goodbye as I flushed their imaginary corpses into a watery abyss. At the end of the 30 days, I'd be left with a lighter wallet and all my symptoms still remaining. And if that didn't work, I'd move on to what was next. Maybe I have seasonal affective disorder. All right, so I'd get on the internet, order a light, stare at it for 10 minutes a day, and to my big fucking surprise, still have all my symptoms. The only thing that light illuminated for me was that I was desperate enough to buy a glorified table lamp. I kid you not when I say that over the years, I probably have taken nearly every dietary health supplement known to man. One of the most grueling self-treatment courses came when I did a round-the-clock heavy metal collation. I would take a supplement called...
Sharers 3 subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
And people who are just joining us today, this is very much relate to a lot of this stuff dealing with the medical industry. I was born with a super fucked up immune system. So I was constantly sick, getting prodded with needles to the point where I built up a penicillin immunity because they pumped me so full of it. So then years later, it become allergic to it terribly. So body's a weird thing. And I can not imagine having to go through stuff of this severity to the point where you're just like, I'm going to try anything I can find, man. Anything I can find. Hopefully that this thing I read on a message board is going to be the thing that helps me because this person said it worked for them. And then it makes it worse. Like, that's got to be tough, man. Even with my cancer stuff, like, I had a pretty much made up my mind how I was going to go through the process and things like that. So there wasn't tons of this I got to search because of what I had, but I can't imagine, man. Oh, wow. Well,
Yes. And that's wonderful. Thank you.
thank you, Ophelia, for the 5 Cyber Skull gifted memberships today.
Yes. And that's wonderful. Thank you.
We got to wait for these to come in.
Yes. And that's wonderful. Thank you.
Oof, 97 there.
2 more of those.
Yes. And that's wonderful.
more.
Thank
Wonderful,
you.
thank you.
Yes. And that's wonderful. Thank you.
Hell yeah. If you got a gifted membership from Ophelia today and you're in here, make sure to thank her. Thank you, Ophelia. And I've been there and wasted so much money too, thanks to no help. Even now I have a diagnosis, there's nothing they can do. That's rough, man. We're sorry to hear that. That's rough.
I went through the penicillin thing like you did when I was a kid with my chronic ear infections. Just a misdiagnosed, and they didn't catch what was actually going on, so they would just treat it with antibiotics. And eventually that stuff's no good. And for a long time that was about all they had. There wasn't really too much for a second or third choice. Penicillin was the antibiotic of choice. Then they eventually grow into the Z-Paks and azithromycins and all the other nonsense they've created.
Clindamycin. Got some of that right
Augmentin.
now.
Augmentin. Most of my Dr. Google was around the joints and the muscles. So, and actually in that situation, they kind of downplay it. If you got some, internal stuff going on or some bigger stuff, it's always very grim. But when it's like muscle related, they're like, just take ibuprofen and use ice. And by the time I went to the doctor, they're like, hey, this is torn, this is torn, this is torn. We can fix this. Your back's degenerated, but good luck.
Crazy, man. And I wanted to point out, when they were using Google, Team Dark Mode over here. Team Dark Mode reigns supreme. All right. Dark Mode reigns supreme. Yep.
All black everything.
Back like a
my wife
decade
uses
ago.
it normally. My wife's Facebook like blows my mind. I'm like, what are you on? She's like, Facebook. I'm like, fuck, that's what it looks like.
Like a decade ago, I was programming websites with the option to toggle on dark and light mode before anybody else. Now it's a thing. I want to say I'm a trendsetter. Okay. I don't get the recognition I deserve.
Should have trademarked that shit.
I should have, man. It would have made bank. Like our very first website for our company doing graphics and websites had a toggle, and you could toggle it on and off, and the whole site would change in an instant. I was even playing around with like picking the color of like the highlight color, the accent color, and being able to change it on the site too. Like all for fun. All right, well, we'll get back into this. We had to stop because of all the generosity in the chat. So thank you guys.
Real quick. I love me some cortisone. I see some cortisone talk going on. That shit made me feel real nice.
All right. All right.
I've only heard of it.
Oh, it's a worthwhile endeavor for sure. Keeps my knee and my shoulder all in check. My elbow.
All
Don't
right.
get old.
I'm not. That's why I get cortisone, so I can still do stuff.
I kid you not when I say that over the years I probably have taken nearly every dietary health supplement known to man. One of the most grueling self-treatment courses came when I did a round-the-clock heavy metal chelation. I would take a supplement called ALA and DMSA, which supposedly shuttled mercury molecules out of your body through a process called chelation. I would have to take the pill once every 3 hours around the clock, which meant setting multiple alarm clocks to wake up and take them. The supplements came with their own side effects. I remember one time standing in a supermarket and feeling like the sounds and lights were so bright that I couldn't even bear to be in there. I stopped with this protocol for a whole year with no luck. I was still coming to terms with the death of one of my best friends during this time too. I was too sick to hold down any kind of stable job, so I was mostly living off my student loan. Welsh students study in England also weirdly get given a small sum of money just for being Welsh, or almost like a "we're really sorry that you're Welsh" sort of condolence prize. I've always prided myself on my financial independence, so whenever I could, I'd get out on the streets of Bath and I'd busk. I remember the very first time I did. I had my guitar in hand. I perched myself on a bench, took a deep breath, and then bared my soul to the jury of the street. And it was exhilarating. People sometimes ask me what music means to me, and it means life. This was usually the one time I felt like I didn't want to die. This was the one time I could feel a resemblance of something that resembled spirit, that resembled my soul, that resembled me. I even found myself cracking jokes with onlookers, which for someone dripping with social anxiety at the time was huge for me. It was March, roughly 3 months after Joe had died, and I was sitting on a bench in Bath with my guitar singing into a busy street. And this is when I would meet the first angel of this story. I'd see 2 more angels years later, one in the guise of a homeless man, one a doctor cheating death in the Beverly Hills clinic, but that bit will come a little bit later. The angel was walking on the opposite side of the street with a mother. They both stopped to watch me for a moment. I saw her mum whisper something to her. The angel turned bright red and she giggled and they shyly approached. We got talking and the angel asked where I was from. I told her that I grew up in Wales in a small village that was once described in a local newspaper as being worse than an Iraqi war scene. I told them they would have never heard of it. They looked surprised and they said they had family there. I asked which part and it turned out to be the village that I grew up in. Since you can basically count a population of 2 intergenerationally bred mutated hands, I asked who they were. And it turned out that that angel happened to be Joe's cousin. This encounter was always a foundational moment of serendipity in my life. In the years that followed, I took serendipitous occasions to mean I was in line with my purpose. Sometimes I felt like I'm following a script. It's just that I don't know the words or actions until they actually happen. But in moments of serendipity, I feel like they are playing out exactly as they were meant to. It was quite a bizarre moment for me, that hundreds of miles away by chance this angel would be related to my lost friend. Upon learning who I was, they invited me back to theirs for a cup of tea, and I accepted and I fell in love. It was really good tea. That week, the angel took me to a favourite botanical garden, and she pointed out a favourite flower. So that night, true story, I dressed in black, broke in by climbing over the fence, dug up the flower, and presented it to her the next day. She called me insane, but it's safe to say that angel ended up being my first serious girlfriend. It was a weird kind of relationship. We both shared an unusual trauma for people who were so young, brought together by a tragedy. Even though sometimes I feel like she might have hated me at the time, I was convinced like it was some sort of Shakespearean fate that had brought us together. A morbidity that birthed light, that it couldn't be anything else. It felt like divine intervention. She was pretty troubled in her own way, and I was very troubled in mine. But in between the sludge of dealing with the constant symptoms, it was beautiful. That summer, her parents took us to Centre Parks, which is a posher version of Butlins, if you don't know, where they paid for all the activities and meals, and they let me do whatever I wanted. Coming from a poorer family, I wasn't really used to being spoiled to that degree, but I figured I'd just roll with it. One morning while I was there, I got a call from my friend Sega, and he sounded pretty mixed up, so I asked him what was wrong. He told me that there was no easy way to say it, but one of my other best friends, Callum, had died. He'd gone cliff jumping in the same cliffs we used to jump off as kids. The sea was particularly choppy that day, and he caught a cross current and he started to drown. Another guy that he was with had jumped in an attempt to save him, and they both drowned. The first day I met Callum, I was 11. He was in a year above me in high school and used to walk around with these massive baggy bright orange jeans. He hung around with all the goth kids and I thought they looked super cool. So the next day I painted my nails black and fashioned a necklace out of a severed extension cable from an old VCR machine. I infiltrated the group and I gained their trust. Not long after, me and Callum were friends, wandering around beautiful Welsh countryside looking for the most scenic places to smoke weed. We stayed friends throughout high school and I truly loved him. When Callum died, I couldn't properly grieve. I felt weirdly numb after losing Joe. I'd often feel guilty for my inability to cry at the time. A couple of years later, I'd learned another friend of mine that I used to play function gigs with had thrown himself off a cliff facing Dover. And again, I felt numb. I couldn't tell if this new acceptance of the inevitability of death was a beautifully liberating thing, or if it was a sign that my humanity was slipping away. To this day, death has kind of remained a bit of a matter-of-fact part of my life. During my years of sickness, I had to crawl through a morbid longing to be killed by my illness to find a more peaceful acceptance that death is just an inevitable consequence of life and it doesn't spare anyone. That never left, and I haven't ever really been scared of dying since. Some days I've tempted it. What I'm more scared of is having to live my whole life as a sick person. In my relationship with death, the most healing moment occurred just 2 years ago. My grandmother, who I loved to pieces, was dying, but I actually got the chance to say goodbye this time, to hold her hand, to thank her for being alive. I remember not long before she passed, she was lying in the hospital bed, and she was very weak and very pale, barely able to open her eyes. I asked how she was, and it seemed like a stupid question as soon as it left my mouth. She paused for a long moment, and she turned her head to look at me, and she opened her eyes, and she smiled, and she said she felt happy. And it was just one word, happy, which was simple, and it was beautifully profound. And that was one time I'd gotten a chance to say goodbye. And it was the first time that I hoped that one day I would die happy. The following year, I would have...
Whew. Shit's heavy, bro.
Yeah, a lot of death in a time frame.
Like we've all lost friends to suicide and other things of that nature. It's tough, man. It's real tough.
What did he say about the hands? Could count the people on what hands? Uh-huh. It was like when we first started back.
He's just like, let me bring something up from the very beginning. We can go look. And I mean, everybody in the chat right now just sharing their stories has been. I'm not. Sinclair is not in the room with us yet, but he's knocking on the door. Okay. Like, y'all have been. I've been through some shit, but like seeing some of the other things people have been through, I feel like I got out lucky, man. It's tough.
I think I got out luckier than both you guys so far.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I don't ever complain. Like I said, there are people in way worse spots than I am. You know, my stuff's pretty manageable. So
True.
Don't know where the hands thing was. I should cover the song Ren made when his grandma passed. Ooh, well, we just did Token's song for his grandma this week.
yeah, I like the song. I didn't like my feelings on that subject, so I'm still mad at him.
It's kind of interesting how we covered Token's song about his grandma, and now Ren's got a story about his own grandma, all within a few days of each other. That we normally the odds of those two things happening so close together are just kind of interesting.
And like, so the time sandwich between these two events. So Thursday evening, my grandma, she's in the hospital now. She got some heart problems. She's 92, so you never know how those things end up. But man, there's a lot of grandparent stuff, a lot of grandma talk, and like sandwich between these two videos that we've done here. My own grandma, she's kind of going through it right now. So
So send all the vibes and prayers for Dylan's grandma.
She's a wonderful lady. Strong woman.
Yep. 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 Let me just hit play before I get super emotional.
Which was simple and it was beautifully profound. And that was one time I'd gotten a chance to say goodbye. And it was the first time that I hoped that one day I would die happy. The following year, I would achieve something beyond my wildest dreams, and then I would lose it almost as soon as it came. Stay tuned for that.
I don't wanna hear no words today, because that pull me under. In the castle of my room, I'll hide away from the outside thunder. Gonna lock my troubles outside of this door, 'cause today it's just me and these four walls. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. Said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. The light that I hold, it turns to gray, and that makes me wonder, will I always feel this way? So far under, but I put my soul on show for everyone to see, 'cause even though it's bruised, I know it holds such beauty. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place.
People wanted us to cover Runaway by Trick the Fox. Well, there you go. It's not going to be the fail of fire, but you had no idea it was going to be in this episode.
It's fire.
It's fire. We don't
It's
even got to
fire.
finish it. I could be like, okay, next, and then be like, this is fire. This is fire. But though, dude, the way he came in on those drums, dude, you could see me light the fuck up. Fuck, I want to play my drums, boys.
Do it.
I can't. Well, I
Do it.
could. It's gonna get a little hot up there, but it's not like the movie theater is gonna hear me.
Yeah, they got big sound going on.
But you ended up hearing Runaway. Yes, we did. We ended up hearing Runaway, and I'm very excited that we're hearing Runaway right now. This is dope, bro. This is dope. I just keep adding things to my list of like Ren songs I want to cover. Pretty nuts. I blame Shades.
He's innocent, I tell you.
It holds such beauty. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. But nobody here but me today, but that makes me stronger, 'cause I wash away the pain under sheets of feather. Gonna lock my troubles outside of this door, 'cause today it's just me and these four walls. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I crave relief in solitude. I search for peace, but pain pursues. Please, something just free me, give me some truth. My head is a prison, I need to move. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run, hey oh. I said
Definitely not. Definitely.
My therapist was scowling.
Definitely wasn't. Definitely was not wiping away a tear right there. Didn't happen. Saw nothing. Saw nothing. Jon Snow.
I thought that was
Lies.
pretty dope.
Saw nothing.
Nice.
That was, dude. Runaway was dope, bro. That might be one of my favorite Ren songs now.
Dude, I love him in a band. Like I say it all the time. All these Trick the Fox, the Big Push side quests. I love him in that. Just the chemistry, having other people to vibe off of. Like I really think that's a strong spot for him.
Yeah, bro. This was dope. Man. I need more stuff like this from him, 100%. This was fucking fire, bro. Very happy with it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
Would've-
spot.
Would have
But
loved
he can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of things, but I love this spot. I just think, like I said, the chemistry and vibing those guys. You know, they've got chemistry. You know, the Big Push, he's got chemistry. They all vibe. It's just it's a lot different than just solo stuff.
I mean, I know what it's like
You
when
would-
you're. Oh, go ahead.
See what Colleen said about the bass player?
Bass
Bass
player,
player Charlie. The
is the music
That one.
director for the UK artist Mahalia, and also plays in the band on the American TV game show Name That Tune. Interesting. Very interesting.
like the facts.
Thank you for lore. We need the lore. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know what it's like feeling like I know what it feels like to play solo and then to play with other people, especially when you like really vibe with those other people. And it's just an incredible feeling, bro. It's amazing. So, well, that was chapter 2. Get into chapter 3 here in just a second. Gonna do it this way, so maybe it's a little easier for me to chapter these out later. And for anybody wondering, it's gonna take us a while to get through the chapters, but when we finally get through all of them, I will do a super cut and I'll edit out stuff in between. There's like gift of memberships or an interruption or something like that. I'll edit all of them down into one big ass super cut and I'll put it on the channel eventually, one day, a few months, and we get through all of these. So, woo! Well, that one at least ended on a note that made me very happy. I cried tears of joy. So, in
Yeah.
relation to what he was all saying, right, stop it. You stop it. We're not ready for that yet. But yeah, man, it's just crazy seeing all the things that he's had to go through and deal with, and how, like Uncle Ray said, someone mentioned him in the chat. Like Uncle Ray said, like, when I feel like I can't do something, I go, well, what the fuck is Ren working on right now? And if he can do it, I can fucking do it. Shout out OS Julius. But, oh man, we're getting to 4 today, chapter 4. Well, that was 2. We've got 3 to go, and then we were gonna see if we wanted to do 4 or not today. And then we've got one from Nicole. Once she figures out what she wants us to do today, we got to do. She sent $50. So she gets to pick something, and then we'll go from there. Dylan said he's got until 4 today, and it is 2:17.
We're doing good.
So we got to get into this. All right. Well, let me grab another bow. You boys keep them entertained, and then we'll get into the next one.
Oh. Goody goody gumdrops.
Woo!
Yeah.
Now it's a 2-man show.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah, see?
how was Dread and Strange? I heard they kicked off with my favorite song.
It was pretty dope. Not a lot of people. I mean, it was to be expected where it was at, though. So I mean, it was good for where it was at, and seeing the crowd actually moving around and enjoying it was pretty good. So it was pretty good, pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for a last show.
I go, keep them entertained. Everybody's silent.
To the moon on a cloud of dust. No, we're good.
That's
We're
how that
talking about
opened the
the
show.
homies.
And then we
Yeah.
were pointing at the moon because it was outside.
They call me Dread, and that's my brother's string. Man, that's catchy. They got catchy stuff, man. People need to know.
No, straight to the moon on a cloud of dust. If you see, there's this really cool artwork back here that you can't tell what it is. Maybe I'll show that to you guys in between the next videos. I'm dancing for you. Was that entertaining enough? Yes. Straight to the moon on a cloud of dust.
Oh.
All right. Take a deep breath. Let's get back into this today. This one's a little bit shorter. I think maybe we might be able to work in number 4. Get us halfway through.
My therapist was scowling at my weekly anxiety and depression scores like a detective trying to crack a particularly stubborn case. There were no signs of improvement, and the scores followed no real measurable pattern that were consistent with bipolar. After nearly 2 years of talk therapy and taking enough medications to fill a pharmacy, he sat down with me and he dropped the bombshell that he didn't think that I had bipolar. In fact, he said that he didn't think that I had depression at all. And it was a very odd thing to be stripped of an identity in an instant. The reality was that a 20-minute in and out consultation
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Nicole. Thank you very much. And y'all,
Steve's here.
Steve's here. What's up, Steve? How's everybody doing? Well, we went through chapter 2. We are just now starting chapter 3. And along with emojis, y'all, when you're a member, you get a member message every month. You get a free member message that you can type up and send on a live stream or in a Premiere. If you send it on a live stream, I'll pull it up on the stream. So if you got member messages, feel free to send those. People were doing that last Friday, so it's a good time.
Why does it say they became a sponsor, but they've been a sponsor for 6 months? Like,
So that's just the terminology at Stream Elements because they haven't updated their terminology to fit YouTube's terminology. That's what they say for member. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's just what it is.
right.
Yep. I'm just happy that they do it at all. But yeah. So, all right. Well, it's got to be rough thinking that you're bipolar and have depression for years and then to find out, oh no, we were wrong. The things you believed were incorrect. Because like I do have bipolar. I do have depression. I was diagnosed in like middle school, bro. And that's just part of who I am and my identity. And if someone were to come along, because I have all this, it happens. All of it happens. Like, oh, we were wrong. It's this. And if we just do this, it'll fix it. Or this, and we can't fix it. Like, well, then it would be frustrating, man. Just be super fucking frustrating.
Kind of sounds like hospitals around us that we dislike.
All of them.
They don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. They all cheated their way through school.
So
Hey.
way off, not off topic. It's topical, but I won't take too long to say this. But if you've ever been to a medical facility and you see all the suit and tie med pushers giving all the doctors all the trinkets and all the swag to get them to recommend their fucking flavor of the month medication. It's all big business. It's all about what they're pushing. They don't want to treat anything. They don't want to cure anything. They just want to sell you these meds that they got paid to sell.
I've gotten very lucky with my doctors out of town. I have gotten very lucky with the people I got sent to. Like when I was at Nebraska Spine, the fact that he goes, this is so rare. Nobody around has seen anything like it. And he could have just lied and just had their in-house surgeon do it for me. But no, he goes, I want to personally recommend you to the head of neurosurgery at Mayo Clinic because I don't want anybody else touching you. This is so sensitive and so rare. I don't want anybody else touching you around here. This is where I want you to go because you're going to get taken care of the right way. And I'll always be appreciative of that because I was. So, all right. Well, before I start crying again, let's watch this episode. Let's watch this chapter.
My therapist was scowling at my weekly anxiety and depression scores like a detective trying to crack a particularly stubborn case. There were no signs of improvement, and the scores followed no real measurable pattern that were consistent with bipolar. After nearly 2 years of talk therapy and taking enough medications to fill a pharmacy, he sat down with me and he dropped the bombshell that he didn't think that I had bipolar. In fact, he said that he didn't think that I had depression at all. And it was a very odd thing to be stripped of an identity in an instant. The reality was that a 20-minute in and out consultation 2 years ago led to 2 years of swallowing pills that I never needed and devoting so much of my time to managing the condition that I never actually had. The emotions inside me swirled around like a mismatched soup. On one hand, I was full of anger and I was bitter about the whole situation, but I was also hopeful that this new path could offer me the relief that I desperately needed. He told me he was going to refer me to an ME clinic in Bath. I'd never heard of it before, but instinctively true to character, I started researching it online as soon as I got home. Apparently, ME is the medical equivalent of a choose-your-own-adventure book, with tiredness as the only consistent plotline. There were no universally accepted reasons as to why the fuck it existed in the first place. It seemed it was largely accepted to be a post-viral condition, but that was all speculative because there were no clear consensus in the medical community what ME even was. The defining characteristic was a tiredness that wouldn't go away with rest. I could relate to this. In fact, I could more than relate to it. For anyone lucky enough to not have experienced this, if you want an idea of what it's like, force yourself to stay awake for 3 nights in a row. During this time, eat the food that makes you feel terrible, and in this sleep-deprived state, exercise until your muscles give out. By the 3rd day, you'll have a small insight into living with this condition. During the years post-stem cell transplant, where I recovered a lot of my health and functionality, I remember getting COVID and thinking it was a walk in the park compared to the first year of my illness. The difference was COVID lasted about a week. The thick of my illness lasted 8 years, and it only was getting worse. I pinned a lot of hope on going to that first visit at the ME clinic. It was a 6-month waiting list, God bless NHS wait times, but I felt excited to be surrounded by people who would understand me, where I could climb out of this nightmare. But my hopes were pretty quickly crushed during that first visit. I remember walking into a space that looked like a disused classroom where a bunch of people on chairs were sitting around in circles like Alcoholics Anonymous. I could feel a sense of camaraderie in that we all felt like dog shit. We were all confused and we were all desperately wanting to feel better. I believe at the time I was probably the youngest in the group. The group leader waddled in and handed us all a booklet that looked like a school timetable. She then sat us down and told about this new revolutionary technique called pacing, where you write down and track everything that you do in the day, and then you do it less. And then with time, do it more again. The theory being that you have a limited bucket of energy compared to normal people, and you need to protect that and gradually push it. I thought this sounded pretty stupid, so I raised my hand. I told her about the pain in my body. I told her that my muscles twitched constantly. I told her that my bones ached. I told her that my mouth was dry. I couldn't focus. That some days they'd be without mercy and I'd be trapped in bed for the whole day. But the days that I wasn't, I wanted to make the most of it. I wanted to breathe the air and I wanted to live. She told me she understood it's hard, but she didn't really offer more than that. She just pointed at the booklet and told me to follow it. I asked her about things like heavy metal poisoning, about chronically reactivating viruses, about defective mitochondria, about all the things that I read that were linked to chronic fatigue, but she just raised an eyebrow, looked at me like I was a hypochondriac and told me she knew nothing about those things. I remember walking out of the building feeling disheartened and defeated, so much so that my legs buckled as I was walking home. I began to sob uncontrollably on the side of the road. An old woman knelt down to comfort me and asked me what was wrong. I didn't even really know how to explain, so I just told her that I missed my friend. Despite my skepticism, I stuck to the program for at least half a year, and I kept going for my periodic visits to the clinic, and it did jack shit. In fact, I got worse. I was always getting worse. One thing that particularly struck me about the ME support groups was the pure desperation and confusion. With most other conditions, you're given a diagnosis, a prognosis of whether it's going to kill you, and what you can do to manage it or cure it. With ME, you don't get that. You get an indeterminately long sentence to purgatory. You feel worse than you've ever felt in your whole life, and you're given no explanation as to why, and no signpost pointing the way out. There was no selection bias to the people suffering. Members of the group were anything from esteemed ex-lawyers to single parents to former athletes. One thing I can say, these people were for the most part all extremely driven and collectively mourning their old lives. There's a stigma that because ME's predominant presentation of symptoms is tiredness, that its victims are just being lazy. I can tell you firsthand that me and every single person I've met with genuine ME would rather run 1,000 marathons than have to live another week with the tiredness and the unrelenting fatigue. We were at war with our tiredness, trying desperately to escape it, and some of us would go to extreme lengths to turn ourselves into guinea pigs to try and find ways out. Suicide was pretty common in those online support groups. It was around this time I was swallowed into the music industry. I was out busking.
So we got a lot of people in the chat talking about this NHS. What is the NHS? Chat.
I'm going to guess National Health System. That's my guess.
See
Health
what
service?
chat says. I mean, a lot of people in here, like Deb said, there's something positive in finding people who can understand this stuff.
I guessed it. National Health Service.
National
Yep.
Health Service.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm a wordy motherfucker.
You are. You wordy ass motherfucker, you. Thank you guys for letting us know. I just wanted to make sure 100% we knew what it was as we were discussing it and hearing it discussed and seeing people discuss it in the chat. So many people. We're not here to discuss medical systems and what's going on with healthcare, but a lot of fuckery going on across the board. Doesn't matter which side of the pond you're on.
So I think that's one of the big, my buddy Groovy being Canadian, the free healthcare. The con to that is people go more often. In the U.S., people rarely go because it's so expensive. In countries where they have free healthcare, there's so many more people that seek that out because it's not going to break the bank necessarily. That the waits are horrifically long. So.
Well, something else I was going to say. And it flew away on a magic carpet ride with Carpet Man.
I haven't listened.
He was
I
actually
haven't
pretty
listened.
good.
I did not listen.
We might have to get there. But I don't remember. What was I going to say? I don't remember now. Well, I was going to say we're here to discuss beards and cheesy potatoes. Hey, I'm down with that.
Two things I
down
know a
with
lot
that.
about.
I'm working on
Hey,
it, okay?
shout out Thundy's. He's got a beard coach.
I got a beard coach, all right?
Shades and I, he didn't take our word, so he's got a beard coach in his life. So he might catch up.
And if he's going to make house calls and give us free stuff and give us stuff to sell at the shop, I'm on board. Maybe we can get him to make a Cyber Skull beard line. Maybe. You could rub it on Dylan's head, see if it works.
Oh, like I said, I'll keep this. If I have to sacrifice the hair on top of my head to get this lovely thing, I'll go bald. That's fine.
I'm just trying to have my cake and eat it too. But speaking
you
of,
can't get ball caps for your face.
speaking
so
of, we've been
I gotta have a
talking
beard.
about Big Pharma. You know who's got a great song called Big Pharma Shades?
Oh, Mr. ISO.
Mr. King ISO's got a great song about Big Pharma. Like, I want these boys to hook up so bad because if ISO and Ren hooked up, the amount of things that they could talk about from a mental health standpoint and everything else, bro, they could make such fire fucking music, bro. Like, I'm gonna do everything within my power to make this happen.
Dude, ISO's kind of moving in a little bit different direction from the last couple singles.
Well, I don't know. We don't have no idea what's going to be on this next album. No idea. I mean, he's done tons of mental health stuff. So if he wants to change it up for an album, I'm fine with that. But
Hey,
I'm
one
interested
of my
to see where
favorites.
it's going to
My
go.
favorite is Midwest Baby. It's not about mental health. It's just about
Nope.
where we're from.
Don't let go, Dylan.
Don't do it.
A good one. That's a good one by ISO. You're
I
having
like it.
some tough mental health days. Go put on "Don't Let Go" by King ISO and vibe with that shit.
Out. Suicide was pretty common in those online support groups. It was around this time I was swallowed into the music industry. I was out busking on the streets one day and I noticed this sketchy, good-looking Mauritian guy with his arms crossed watching me really intensely, as though he was studying every lyric coming out of my mouth. He approached me and asked me if the songs I was singing were mine. I said they were. A big smile was painted across his face, and he told me he just finished recording Plan B's latest record, which turned out to be The Defamation of Strickland Banks, one of my favourite albums of all time. He was looking for a new project to sink his teeth into, and he asked me if I'd come to London to record. We got into it. The whole time I felt dreadful, but this was a lifelong dream materialising in front of my eyes. So bit by bit, when I could, I'd get the train to London and start chipping away at my first ever album. I didn't really let on how I was feeling during this time because I didn't want to sabotage it. There would be times I'd finish up in the vocal booth after doing the take, excuse myself to go to the toilet, throw up from the dizziness I was experiencing, sometimes with specks of blood, and then I'd go back and pretend that nothing had happened. I'd be sitting around with the whole room spinning and would pretend I was fine. There was only so long that I was able to keep this up. Eric told me it'd be a cool idea for me to start going to industry showcases and start building buzz. Performing live like this was a whole new level of taxing that I wasn't ready for, but I was so ferociously ambitious that I just ploughed through. The usual way it would go is I'd be in the back of Charlie's car, the whole world would be spinning, I'd be trying my best to sleep in it all day, parked up outside of whatever venue or pub it was in London, trying to conserve energy for the show. Sometimes I'd cry a little before I performed. My whole body would be burning. Then I'd brush it off and I'd get on stage and I'd perform as best I could. People would come up to me at the end, pat me on the back. I'd smile and pretend to be charismatic. Then I'd get back in the car and I wish I was in bed and have to endure a 3-hour drive back to Bath from London. There was only a few shows where I could keep pretending. I'd usually be trying to disguise the fact that my body was trembling through the fatigue and pain. Eventually I started crying mid-set. It became blindingly obvious to everyone working with me during that time that something was very wrong. I told Eric that I needed to take some time out. My plan was to live at home with my mum for a month maximum, get my energy back, and come and finish the record. That 1 month turned into 2 months, turned into 3 months, turned into 6 months. I pushed myself to total burnout. The distance led to me and that angel breaking up, in part because it was difficult to navigate a relationship when you have so much brain fog, and I didn't know what it was well enough to be able to explain it to her at the time. With a loud thud, I'd been jolted out of a Shakespearean storyline, I lost a record deal, and I couldn't get out of bed. My friends from Trick the Fox never really called to check up on me. It felt like the whole world was moving at lightning speed without me. I had this amazing opportunity right in front of me, and I was chained to the floor. I was alone, I was sick. I wished that my condition would get it over with and kill me, but it wouldn't, and it felt cruel that it wouldn't. It just let me rot in bed. The whole world would continue to turn, and I would rot. In the next episode, I'm going to tell you about a fight with a television and losing my anal virginity to an 80-year-old man. Stay tuned for that.
Well, we're definitely going to watch the next one now.
Hang on. That's quite the closer.
Damn it, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeesh.
I'm gonna say it's like it's metaphorical by like getting fucked by the industry, but we shall see. I really hope that's what it is.
Man. Well, went from like,
So-
I'm going to start crying again to him making those jokes. Thank you for lifting the mood back up. Not a
one of the
metaphor.
things-
What?
I thought you had to be like 50 or 60 before you had 80-year-old men putting things in your butt.
I think 50, right?
I've already had
Yeah.
a colonoscopy, Shades.
All right, well, you're ahead of the game. I don't know.
I had some other growths internally that they had to take care of that weren't that weren't cancerous several years ago. So I've already been there and done that, sir. But it wasn't an 80-year-old man who did it. So
It was his neighbor John.
How many fingers am I holding him? 3, 4.
Whoa. I don't think so.
The one part about that, though, kind of getting back on some serious biz, the fact that his bandmates weren't really checking up, that's kind of disappointing to hear.
Yeah.
Well, want to hear this song he's about to do?
It's part of the gig, right? That's what we do.
Oh, why you gotta tell us this stuff before we do it?
Well, thanks a lot. We're going to wrap this up at 3:00. We don't have time
All
for part
right.
4 today.
In the next episode, I'm going to tell you about a fight with a television and losing my anal virginity to an 80-year-old man. Stay tuned for that. My thought patterns are composed by a time bomb for an author, like pigs to the slaughter. A symphony of self-doubt sings out, breath starts getting shorter, running water. It's the state that I wish to become. Instead, concrete envelops my movement and I'm rendered deaf and dumb, unable to heed the advice of others. Don't tell me things will get better, cause so far things haven't gotten better. I've got the sweater, poster child, bipolar, ADHD therapist, wet dream. I don't want to talk about my father, I don't want to talk about my dead friend, I don't want to talk about myself. I'm sick of talking about myself. I'm sick of talking about myself and realizing that talking about myself never ever helps. Still, I call for help, cause I really want help. But the pills didn't seem to help, and the therapist didn't seem to help. But still, I want help. I've danced with the devil in hell, I've sat in a prisonless cell, and here I always dwell, in this prison in myself. I do this thing where my mind travels back to the golden age. You know those times where you were carefree and everything was golden? The golden age. You know those times where everything was golden, where you were carefree and everything was golden? The hardest thing I ever had to do was come to terms with the fact that that time never really existed. I've always felt so fucking detached and broken, bruised and mismatched. Find it hard to relax, living under the cracks. Tried to fill in the gaps, lying here on my back. Still, I can't find it. Sense of peace in my mind declined it. Pulse increase and my sweat combines with a feeling so deep I fall inside it. Depression, I hate you, depression. Your constant oppression, respond with aggression. They say depression brings you lessons. Constant stressing conceals blessings. You will grow in broken settings. Fuck those lessons, fuck depression. I've been living in your shadow for so long that I forgot how I can shine. How I can find a refuge in my mind. How am I meant to sit here and unwind? The planets align. I feel like I'm cursed. Feel like I'm cursed to just be here to hurt. Feel like I'm cursed to just be here to bleed. But my demons been feeling this way since birth. Depression, I hate you. 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 Cool.
Damn, man. That was
My
lyrical interestingness right there. I was actually like hearing some heavier music behind that. Like I could imagine like a heavier band taking that, and then when they go into that at the end, drop into like some loud, heavy screaming about this.
Yeah, it's some. I'm with you there. Like some really like dissonance. You know, some like, yeah.
I could hear some things. I need to talk to some people I know that are in metal bands. Be like, I hear this thing. I think you could do it well. I don't know. Very emotionally charged. Very emotionally charged. But I'm glad he's making the stuff he's making now, though. There's a lot of poetry in that. Well, that was chapter 3. Insomnia, depression, and diazepam. Those 3 tracks beat me up and spit me out and make me think my life ain't so bad. Yeah. Hearing all the shit that he had to go through while making music and just trying, all he wanted to do was make music, and your body's fighting you. Like, what's my fucking excuse, man? Well, boys, I guess I said I was going to show off this artwork before we did number 4.
That's now.
You are very busy, Thundy. I'm not busy enough. Look, you're going to see behind the curtain because of the... Really difficult. It's really difficult to show off.
Yeah, a lot of reflection. It's gonna be hard to showcase that.
Or you could take the back off.
Yeah, there's a
that
lot
real
of
quick.
work involved with that, though. And then I got to put... I'll post a better picture in the Discord if anyone did. Maybe on the Instagram. But there's this spine coming out the top here, which is the reason this guy gave it to me. It says, for Eric for having the most metal spine. We had this guy come in the shop the other day, and he's a professor at the Kansas City Art Institute. Oh, snap. Not here, but not able. I'm just here, not able to chat right now. Well, thank you. So this thing, I definitely wish I had a better picture. I'll have to figure something out. It's kind of hard to tell, but with what he was telling me, paraphrasing, is that this represents having the spine to go through all the crazy bullshit that you have to go through in life, and being able to stand up to it and with it. That's me paraphrasing. I need to have him, when he comes back to the shop, give me the full explanation so I can give it to you guys. But after he heard my story, he was like, hold on. And he flipped through his book, and he's like, I'm going to tear this out. This is for you. And crazy, bro. Came in to sell me some comic books. And we vibed. He was super cool. Actually, him and his assistant are both renegades, too, by the way. I brought up Ren, and they were like, oh, fuck yeah. So, found some more renegades out in the wild. They just walked into our shop. Didn't know who we were. Didn't know who they were. Can't wait for them to come back. Real cool dudes. You guys are cheating on me. We can't help who
Who's
comes
cheating?
through those doors. Anyone can come through those doors. Oh, so shout out to Michael for that. Thank you, bro. All right, well, should we get into chapter 4? And then if Nikki has figured out what she wants us to do, we'll do that next.
I thought she did say something a little while ago.
Did she come up with something else?
No, someone else. I think Sheila maybe said that she threw some suggestions in Discord, but I haven't heard from Nikki.
All right, Nikki. Well, figure it out. And if you can't figure it out with this, there's something else you want us to do, or it's not Ren, that would be a fail or fire or something. We can maybe figure that out too. So,
I mean, if If she wants us to play a song by our favorite local artist, we could totally do that. I mean, we give the people what they want.
We're having some stream issues today. I don't know. That's gotta just be on YouTube's end today. I was having issues on Uncle Ray's. It wouldn't let me load it on my phone, but I could watch it on my computer. I don't know what the issue was. But all right, well, let's get into this then, shall we?
Yes.
Coolidge Bears.
Yes.
Shout out the Coolidge Bears.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Shout out
Some,
Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm surprised Coolidge didn't give us some copyright, though.
Ed, that's wonderful. Thank you.
We got 5 of these, Dylan.
I'll talk fast. That's straight up Chicago Bears logo.
All these high schools out here be doing that and not getting in trouble.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I don't know how they do it. Licensing should be like, hey, pay
I
us
just
the
don't
money.
think the NFL cares when it comes to like schools.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
The Broncos
wanna
didn't
look like
like it when
bigger
somebody
assholes.
stole their logo.
Yeah, but the Broncos suck. dude.
Yes. Ed, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Shenandoah has it right now. All right. Well, thank you, Steve. Give Steve a little thank you if you're in the chat and just got a membership from our boy over there. All right. Nikki wants something fun. Something fun with Ren. I don't know what something fun with Ren is. We'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out and we'll go from there.
Cool. During the year I spent living back with my mum, I was leaning even more heavily into scouring the internet for answers. It became like an obsession. Most people my age were watching porn. I was on PubMed learning about mitochondria. I educated myself in things like methylation, the building blocks of mitochondria, various immune cells and their functionality, and which supplements could help theoretically bring about homeostasis in my body. I taught myself of the various pathogens that could lead to the symptoms I was experiencing. Around this time, I started ordering medical test kits from private medical facilities. I had a eureka moment when, after posting some poop in a tube to a lab in London, I discovered I had an amoeba.
Ching.
You didn't have to send another $20. Thank you. Oh, man. All right. Any of Ren's funny moments videos? Okay. We'll cue those up next. Definitely Chicago Bears logo. Oh, for sure.
100%.
100% Chicago Bears logo.
Hey, you know what, though? I don't know where Coolidge High School is, but they could probably give the Bears a run for their money because Caleb Williams sucks.
He does. Caleb Williams sucks.
Hey,
Regardless,
I called that
Bears
shit.
suck, so what's the matter?
I called that shit too. When he was coming out for the draft, I was like, they're going to
After
burn
Brian
the number 1 pick.
Urlacher retired, it was all downhill from there.
Hey, they went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, for fuck's sake. So that's how bad Caleb Williams is.
Myself of the various pathogens that could lead to the symptoms I was experiencing. Around this time, I started ordering medical test kits from private medical facilities. I had a eureka moment when, after posting some poop in the tube to a lab in London, I discovered I had an amoeba and another more benign gastrointestinal parasite called blastohominis. Both could plausibly lead to systemic pain and fatigue. Upon researching the best course of action, I found this doctor in New York who was a world-renowned specialist in treating parasites. Return flights to New York booked far enough in advance were a couple of £100 back then. The treatment itself was pretty cheap. I was in no way in a strong financial position, and neither was my family, so I did what I always do when I needed to get money. I wrote and recorded some songs from my laptop from bed. One about getting to New York to find a cure. I sold a modest amount of digital copies to my Facebook friends and my friends and family, just enough to afford a trip. During this time, my symptoms had gotten a lot worse, so the entire visit was a bit of a blur. I remember sitting in a waiting room and struggling to find an inch of wall space that wasn't taken up by the countless medical qualifications and the diplomas attached to it. I half expected the walls to start bragging about their Ivy League connections and debating the latest medical research while us mere mortals waited to be called in. When I was finally on the doctor's table, I was told to take off my clothes and put on a blue disposable paper robe. An old man in his 80s hobbled in, pulled on a medical glove, and proceeded to cover his finger in Vaseline. My heart sunk. I was pretty sure I knew what was coming next. I suddenly wished I'd experimented more with my ex-girlfriend. I didn't want to lose my backdoor virginity like this. He could have at least done me the courtesy of putting on some Marvin Gaye and lighting some candles, but instead I lay in uncomfortable silence on a brightly exposed operating table.
We gotta pause that. We're gonna get claimed.
Oh, yeah, no. Hey,
Oh my
Motown's
god.
coming for us. The ghost of Barry Gordy's gonna fucking take our money.
Oh man. That's why I hear Marvin Gaye coming from Shade's room all the time.
On repeat,
Hey,
bitch.
Speaking of
Oh,
squirrels,
man.
hey,
Speaking of squirrel, whoa! What are we doing?
hey, not gerbils, squirrels.
Gerbil, dick.
While you collect yourself, sir, a beautiful musical biography about Marvin Gaye. Raekwon the Chef, Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan, and CeeLo Green on Raekwon's album The Wild. They do a track called Marvin, and it's fucking beautiful. It makes me cry. It's a hip hop song, makes me cry. Raekwon's rapping, CeeLo is singing. It's good shit.
You've done none of these.
Talking about Steve's comment.
If this is the lead up promotion, you missed it earlier. If this is what those shorts are leading up to it, we're doing those inside the reaction video before we watch it. So that's something else entirely. Talk to us in Discord. We're recording tomorrow night. So we're recording the shorts. Yes. Yep. Yeah, we're doing the shorts.
Okay.
We'll be recording them tomorrow night. We got to drop a video out this week because we got a Chamber of Commerce meeting Tuesday morning, so we won't have time to get a video out. So be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday drops this week. We're still trying to figure out what we're covering outside of that, but yeah, we'll record tomorrow night. And then we can read the spoilers again. That'll be nice.
So if you use that to like secretly talk about us, go delete those comments real quick. We'll be in there soon.
No, I want to read them all, Dylan.
I got that rhinoceros skin.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, people in Discord have been very like, hey, you definitely want to watch these before you watch Self-Portrait. So figured we'll just do them together.
But instead I lay in uncomfortable silence on a brightly exposed operating table, while a firm-handed, overqualified old man inserted his index finger forcefully into my anus. He never wrote to me afterwards. I felt used.
And if you feel like I feel,
Less, I was officially diagnosed with a parasitic amoeba and given a course of heavy-duty antibiotics to take. I believe it was paramomycin and secnidazole. After the course was finished, I pooped into a tube again, and they confirmed I got rid of the parasites. The constant internal techno raves and gurgling which usually plagued my stomach ceased, but I felt just as crap. And on top of all of that, I started becoming allergic to everything. And I mean fucking everything. The antibiotics had triggered some sort of massive food intolerance reaction. Whenever I'd eat certain foods, I'd get hit with a sudden hangover-like feeling, and my face would swell up. I'd later learned this was something called MCAS, and it was triggered by the antibiotics. This was the first time I felt the crushing defeat of pinning a lot of money, hopes, and time into a treatment only for it to make me worse. I'd felt it to a small degree with every failed herbal protocol, every antidepressant that gave me side effects, but this was on a much larger scale. I almost felt guilty and full of shame for not getting better. I told my friends and family that this was going to be the thing that cured me. Not only did it fail, but I was now unable to tolerate basic carbohydrates, fruits, sugar, high histamine food, dairy, grains, without feeling terrible. I felt pretty crushed about that. Despite this, some tenacious part of me had a perseverance that didn't want to stop looking for answers. I was obsessed with trawling the internet. I strongly believe if I didn't have that tenacity to keep looking after every defeat, I'll probably be dead today. After about a year of living with my mum in North Wales, I got the itch and I decided that I'd make a bold move to Brighton. Most days I didn't really have the energy to do much other than short walks, but I had a friend over there who lived with Emmy for years. It felt like a safe space, a place of understanding. Being a 23-year-old living with his mother didn't feel very cool either. He had a free room going and he was a legend. I desperately craved my own independence. After going through the heartbreak of losing love and losing the exciting career opportunity, I needed to feel like I wasn't just sitting in the tomb in Wales waiting for death, even if it was a struggle. I made the move. It was a really nurturing space, and it was full of the lunatics of Brighton who would come and go. I was still living in a thick haze, but I was meeting people who weren't judging me for it. With this safety, I was slowly finding my personality again. Despite the comfortable environment, it seemed my symptoms were only getting worse. I started having pretty constant panic attacks. The first one felt like a heart attack. I'd never experienced a panic attack before, so I wasn't familiar with the symptoms. My whole face went numb, and my heart felt like it was about to beat out of my rib cage. I panicked and I phoned an ambulance. They put me in the back, they took all my vitals, and they told me I wasn't dying. I felt disappointed. These attacks would happen pretty habitually every week or so. My symptoms of derealization seemed ever increasing. Derealization is hard to describe to someone who's never experienced it. The closest thing I can come to is feeling like you're on bad drugs. You feel disconnected from yourself, like your soul has been vacuumed out of your body and nothing around you quite feels real. Everything has an unusual undertone and nothing feels safe. I remember one night in the first year that I lived with Ben, there was this lightning storm of torrential rain. I went outside and I stood in a t-shirt hoping I'd be hit by a bolt of lightning and it would somehow shock me out of it. Unfortunately, I wasn't on Zeus's hit list that day. This urge to be shocked back into reality didn't really leave me. I remember one day I was walking back from the shops. I found an old analog television in an alleyway that was being thrown out. I can't quite remember the thought process that led me there. I just remember feeling angry, and I decided to smash the fucking pieces out of the TV in the alley. I picked it above my head and I hurled it towards the ground. The screen cracked, but it didn't shatter like I hoped it would. I did it again and again and again until there were large shards of glass lining the street. I saw one about the size of a kitchen knife and I picked it up. It's hard to rationally explain self-harm that's not a cry for help, because this wasn't a cry for help. I'd cried for help multiple times and no one listened. The pain I felt inside my body could never be done justice with words. There's a certain horror, a certain frustration of living in a body that would never give me a moment of peace. I felt constantly alienated. I had no doctors to tell me what was going on. They made me feel like a hypochondriac. There are no combination of words in the English language that can express that pain, that can express that frustration. There's no song I could write that would make you understand. In that moment, the closest and truest way I had of communicating my pain was driving a shard of glass into my chest and dragging it across until the blood was dripping down my body. It didn't hurt very much compared to what was already going on inside of me, and it didn't really help me feel better either, but it was truth, and there was beauty in that. Adrenaline gives you a brief moment of respite, but it wasn't long until I was exactly where I started, just decorated in a little bit more blood than usual. I made sure nobody saw. I didn't want to cause any alarm. I didn't want anyone to be worried. So I cleaned it up when I got home, and then I resumed the life of the undead. In the next episode, I'll tell you the story of when I was stabbed by an ancient sword and when I met one of the most talented people that I know.
Damn, bro. Going from finally figuring out what you think is wrong with you, getting over it, and then almost getting worse has to be one of the worst feelings in the world. Like, why? I thought we fixed this. Why am I getting worse now and having to deal with more shit I've never had to deal with before, and more pain, more bullshit, to the point where he wants to just self-harm just to not have to deal with the feelings that he's already got, man.
So crazy seeing this dude now, and now hearing and seeing all the stuff that he's already gone through.
Ren explains invisible illness so well, the desire to make it seen to validate that you're not going mad. Yeah. Because that's the worst part. Is like no one could physically see what's going on unless it's like the side effects of the things that are going on. Got to be plenty of people out there just at a glance that would just be like, oh, this person's faking and bullshitting just for attention. Fucked up, man.
Well, and
Still
like
going through a lot of it.
the difference today too is it is hard to detect like the realness of certain things. So many people have made their health conditions into celebrity. The girl with Tourette's that's on some reality show. Is she or isn't she faking it? I don't know. That's not my call. I'm not her doctor or her family, but there's a lot of people that want to question everything. More people have a platform to do good, but whenever somebody starts to succeed at that, then people want to call them, I have it worse, or you're faking, or whatever. Because there are people that will do that for fame, and there are people who legitimately are struggling.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
For sure. Crazy. What song is he going to hit us with today? So many of his songs take on a different meaning after seeing these chapters. Yeah. I mean, like we knew the grand picture of the things that he's went through, right? But not like in detail. So finally getting those details, man, is heartbreaking. And it just makes the fact that he's done as much as he has and is still doing as much as he is it's fucking incredible, bro.
I gotta take like a 2-minute break here. Hold on just a moment.
Okay, 2 minutes and then we'll watch the song.
Got a tinkle?
Yes, sir.
Unless you can make it through the song.
Shouldn't take 2 minutes, but what's that?
I guess unless you
I
can
don't-
make it through the song.
Don't play the song.
Okay.
Pause it right
Okay.
now. Okay.
Okay. Oh, for sure. It's definitely better in his words. Because there's a lot of detail. Like, yeah. His physique misguides people about his health now. He said it was a struggle to get through the first current busking session with the big push. I bet, dude. And it's one thing to record a video or record a song in the studio. It's another to go out and do a live busking session out in public with all the people, all the energy that these boys put into those shows. It's a lot, man. It's got to he's got to be just like toast for days after that stuff. Ophelia's got a timer. All right, we got to let him know. Well, he's up. I'm going to Shades keep him entertained.
Ha! Good luck with that. Big face. Well, what's this timer at? Already over? Good. Play this video. I'd play it now, but I don't have the buttons over here.
All right. Someone who was at yesterday's big push busking session said Ren wasn't doing well by the end and had to sit down. Huh? I'm just scared he's gonna like overdo it with these busking sessions. Shades after dark in the afternoon.
Oh no, that's not how this works, sir.
Damn. Josh said he lived with Ren but did not see him for 6 months. Oh, that's great. Nobody knows Shades is a lesbian.
Yep.
At least Dylan's
Okay.
the echoing, unlike when Goran went to pee during a stream and we got whatever is the opposite of ASMR.
That sounds gross.
You know, I said I'm worried about Ren overdoing it. Meanwhile, we got people in our Discord worrying that I'm going to overdo it. Listen, I got to get shit done. We got shit to do. I barely touched our podcast that we recorded. I'm like 20 minutes into the 3-hour edit. There's so much left. Oh, man. And we got another one we got to get lined up. And I got to get through this thing. I should have come down here early today and worked on it. But Chad said to take a break, so I slept in.
Well done, sir.
All right, Dylan, are you ready to hear this song?
Yep.
By an ancient sword, and when I met one of the most talented people that I know. I got tears on my sleeves, hold on, and holes in these jeans, hold on. I haven't slept in weeks, hold on. I haven't found no peace, hold on. I get my teeth tied, hold on, and these tears run dry, hold on.
What is happening right now? Why
I
is
have
there
no idea.
captions that
I'm-
don't match? They're not on.
Yeah, I'm completely blocking them out because they're stupid.
I'm very confused. Guys, what is going on with the captions?
There's a glitch in the system.
Why is there captions? Guys, I need information here. Why are there captions that don't match? They are wrong and embedded in the video. Okay. Okay, just close your eyes.
Yeah.
I got tears on my sleeves, hold on, and holes in these jeans, hold on. I haven't slept in weeks, hold on. I haven't found no peace, hold on. I get my teeth tied, hold on, and these tears run dry, hold on. Two bloodshot eyes, hold on, two bloodshot eyes. I don't belong here, in a place where life has left me. I'm 25 going on 150. My body feels old and I'm trying to lift the weight from my soul, but it's moving against me. I've emptied out my tear ducts, I lift my middle finger up, I'm screaming fuck you to all the demons here that keep me stuck. The pain is sharp like paper cuts, I hate them much, but yes I trust. I must combust, I must blow up, I must have all this courage up. Boom, sparks fill the room, I'm feeling the rhythm I move. My soul is more worn than the soles in my shoes. Nike trainer blues, a man with none to lose. I think I lost my sanity, calamity in shoes. Poor choice maker, I rip out the pages of fate, then I roll them up like bizzle paper. Taker, lung full of destiny, a man with no part, this a very strange entity.
Hey, he was talking about Rizla papers.
The Rizzler.
The Rizla papers. That's what they said it was probably smoking in sunflowers, was Rizla papers. They're pretty popular over there. I looked into them. But I know nobody here going to know what a Rizla paper is. I can't even get them to buy vibes, so.
Nope. Made college rule.
God. What's your pen choice, Dylan?
One of the Sharpie makes like a really cool gel pen.
Ooh.
No, I like Mont Blanc pens, sir.
Mont Blanc.
Mont
I'm
Blanc
going to spend
fountain
hundreds
pens
of dollars on a pen.
to spill everywhere, just so people think I'm cool.
I'm just a G2 hoe over here.
I don't even know what that is.
Pilot G2s.
Oh, yeah, that's solid.
I've been using these since like high school. I really dig these. Rizla cigarette papers. Green is best. 3 skinning and not straight rolling. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Love that line. A man with no path is a very strange entity. No path here. I'm very strange. I see a spider web of things out in front of me, and I'm just going where I gotta go. See, look, Lonnie loves the Sharpie 5-point pins.
That's a beautiful writing instrument.
I gotta get some. Gotta get some.
Poor choice maker, I rip out the pages of fate, then I roll them up like bizzle paper.
taker. Lung full of destiny, a man with no path is a very strange entity. Tears on my sleeves, hold on, and holes in these jeans, hold on. I haven't slept in weeks, hold on. I haven't found no peace, hold on. I get mighty tired, hold on, and these tears run dry, hold on. Two bloodshot eyes, hold on, two bloodshot eyes. Do you ever question your fate? The questions I make, is this all predetermined, the script or a play? Am I the protagonist in this tragedy, or will I be the author of stories unmade? If so, I'll dip in my quill to my ink pot, keep on writing, never stop until my beating heart it flops. I'll write a whole different story. Scene one, a boy full of hope, a boy full of glory. Who stutters, I'm up to the top. Would rather be tougher and live it smoothly like butter, but not so bitter from cut up. And so I sit up and shut up. It's like I lived up and struck up the courage never to fuck up. And now I'm feeling the ruckus, feeling the static, and now I'm feeling the flames, and now I'm feeling the strength inside the ring with my pain. My boxing gloves and my hope that I trust to bust an uppercut, cut my demons up. Boom like a tsunami, smooth like a punani, bend the birds like origami, Salvador, I be the Dali. Only love like Bob Marley, golden ticket, call me Charlie, riding Harley's Bengali, Tiger Star, call me Arnie. I'll be back. Now cut the slack, track your facts, relax, shit in the beast, and then seek it in the beast, and I'll reach the canopies, and yes, we climbing, building a brave new world inside a whole new designing. With all this fire, we burn like the sun. A new dawn is rising, a new dawn it comes. Yeah, diggity down with all this corporation. They burn up the land for the greed that they run. Run deep with their roots, but their roots can be lifted. I'll be your renegade, yes, I'll make a fist kin. Try to seek truth in the kingdom of lies. A boy so lost with two bloodshot eyes. Tears on my sleeves, hold on, and holes in these jeans, hold on. I haven't slept in weeks, hold on. I haven't found no peace, hold on. I get mighty tired, hold on, and these tears run dry, hold on. Two bloodshot eyes, hold on, two bloodshot eyes. Ha, ha, ha. Hold on. Hold on. Ha, ha, ha. Hold on. Hold on. Two bloodshot eyes. Hold on. Hold on. Two bloodshot eyes. Woo.
Very nice. Very nice. That's a very nice. I like.
Hey, that's Borat.
No, go away. We're not watching you today, Chapter 5. It's not happening. Not today. Because we got a Nikki to hit. But look at this. I got my camera's over here. Purple and green right here that I use all the time in the shop. Look at that. Now we're talking about rolling papers in the chat. Flavored rolling papers. Y'all don't want to get shade started, okay?
Yes, they do.
On rolling papers would do no good. I don't roll.
We just fill tubes. Over here stuffing tubes, man.
Can you not stuff your own tube?
Oh. Damn it. All right. Well, so we've done funny moments part 1. So I have funny moments part 2 ready to go. This is what we're doing then. This is what we're doing for the 50. Right? Correct?
Trying to see. I can't scroll up far enough.
Or did we?
See,
I
there's
feel like we've did part 2. I feel like we've seen this. I don't know.
Maybe. It kind of looks familiar, but I'm not sure.
It looks very familiar.
And yes, American black licorice is fucking terrible.
disgusting.
Not a fan.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Gross. Absolutely.
Disgusting.
That's how I feel about it too.
Oh, you do this one too. Let me go look real quick. Behind the Ren, part 1. Well, or was that part of like the behind the scenes to this was part of the behind the scenes to Icarus, right? That's why we've seen this specific thing before.
So is there some overlap?
Make sure you know Nicole did the 20. I'm very confused now,
Well,
guys.
So we got a 50, a 20, and a 5. But I thought the 50 was from a Nicole also, but I can't scroll that far up.
I thought Nicole did 50 and 20.
I can look on the back end.
Let's make sure everybody's taken care of here.
We did Nicole Mercer did the 20 and the 50.
Okay.
Yep. And
Yes.
Nikki just said, I'm just 5 to send 5.
Okay.
So any of the funny moments videos. So I know we've done part 1 of the funny moments, but I don't think we've done anything but part 1. But we
Let's
saw
do
this
number 2.
because I was gonna just go double check our past streams just to make sure. Make sure they get their money's worth. We're not repeating things. Funny moments part 1 was in Behind the Ren part 3. And we have not done any of the other ones. So part 2 it is. All right, got it figured out. All right. Like, why can't I full size it? Because I'm on the wrong tab. All right, here we go. Ren being Ren, funny moments part 2. And we'll see. We probably won't have a whole lot of time left after that. So, let's get through this.
Come on in. Cardemius Olympius. My mate's just called me Keith.
Wait. Bit of a killer though. We can't wait, Romain, because we're live. Hello!
There's no time for waiting.
I need this life, Romain.
You just get thrown in the deep end and you got to swim.
I'm living the band.
You got to swim. Alright, we've lost the guitarist.
It's alright, we never really needed them anyway.
How good your lead guitar mate, is alright? If you've just joined me, by the way, I'm going to tell you my idea with my idea glasses on. If you just want
Idea glasses. Look, Ren and
I have some of those.
Shade have something in common.
Yeah, that's weird. I have the same ones.
The
Put on my
exact
idea glasses.
same ones. I just wanted to comment too on how much fun these boys have together. It's such a joy to watch the 3 of these dudes get together and do things. Like, I would watch the 3 of them do about anything together. Like, because you know it's going to be enjoyable and a whole lot of fun. Well, Jade has a lot of ideas. He just keeps them to himself.
Yes. Ed, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss McKate, for the 1 Cyber Skull gifted membership.
Thank you. And that might be some half truth to that idea stuff. Maybe.
Now, one day, Shades is going to run the whole show. One of these days, Shades is going to run the whole show. And one of these days, Dylan's going to run the whole show. And I'm just going to sit back and relax.
I got my itinerary ready.
Hey, do you know Ren can rap a little bit?
here with my idea glasses on. If you just want, I'm just going to recap. So if you've been following me on YouTube, there's a guy called Wolf Johnson, and basically he's an awesome dude. A lot of you have been asking for the chords of Oh My Woman, so I thought I would show you how to do that. So what we're going to need is a Phillips head multi-purpose screwdriver. Make sure it's the detachable one. And we're going to need a leftover packet of menthol filters. What you want to do is you want to rub this together frantically until, oh fuck, oh, a custom 1995 Japanese sunburst Telecaster.
I've learned a lot about the very few
So that's all I have to do? Does it work for drums like that? Because I need a hack for drums.
I have
Harry,
other thoughts.
help me out. What are your thoughts?
Shades After Dark thoughts.
Oh!
If I just rub it a little bit, I get a new one, right?
It does get bigger.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Oh man. And you know, you rub it enough, Thundy, all kinds of strange things happen.
That's true too.
If Dylan takes over, his Apple will corrupt us and everything will crash. Society will collapse. Shade's tassels will fall off his nipples. We can't have that.
Listen, I may have just been running a scheme the whole time to launch Skynet.
I knew it. The cahoots with
There's
ChatGPT.
no fate but what we make it.
Menthol won't work. It has to be regular and a square head screwdriver for drums. Okay, cool. I'll try that after the stream. Different flavor filters will get you drums. Well, I got those. I think it has to be positive for drums. Okay, I'll go upstairs and try those.
Until, oh fuck, oh, a custom 1995 Japanese sunburst Telecaster.
I've learned a lot about the very few minutes when the dinosaurs died today, like what happened exactly at that moment today. So if you guys want to know about that.
Wait, you know about how the dinosaurs died?
Yeah, apparently they melted. The reason they died wasn't because of the shock, but the shock created a cloud so warm that all the dinosaurs melted. Right?
What do you mean they melted?
They just it got too hot, so they all died from fire.
But the heat. But,
Yeah, the heat
but their
killed them.
skin melted off their body.
Apparently so. I mean, nobody was there to witness it, but that's what.
So yeah, so you.
scientists said.
But by that logic, you could say absolutely anything. You could say that the dinosaurs died because they were sad.
I mean, there is proof that there was a massive.
No, there's proof there was a massive meteor. Yeah. I'm not disputing that. But no, all I'm saying is how do you know that their skin melted off their body to death? Is what science?
Well, probably. I don't know. They didn't say anything on the video, but
Yeah, this seems legit. Their skin melted off the body. Yeah.
I didn't believe anything, right?
I think they melted because that meteor was full of Ren's music from the future, and it was so fire when it landed, it melted all the dinosaurs. That or they saw an episode of Thundy After Dark.
Fair.
I disagree. There's no
Saw the
science behind
episode
that.
of Thundy After Dark, and it was like, you know that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark when their faces melt? Dinosaurs were an elaborate trick by God to give paleontologists something to do. If you get Timu drumstick and rub it up and down your leg, you won't get drums, but you'll get splinters. My drumsticks aren't wood, by the way. I don't use wooden drumsticks.
Are they
Okay.
acrylic?
No.
Glass?
No, that would be terrible, Dylan. Unless it was Wampet glass.
Yeah.
That's what
what
I
it
need
is.
to do. We got to hit up Wampet and be like, I have an idea.
That would be a good idea.
Wampet drumsticks, bro. I use a head drumsticks that have like a alloy core. They've got a coated shell outside that you can replace. And then I'll never need to own another pair of drumsticks ever again. I just, for like $5, replace the shells on the sticks and I'm good to go.
How are you going to throw those out at concerts?
Well, I'm not gonna.
Well, there goes goes half your fan base.
Listen, I don't do concerts. I just put stuff on my phone that never goes anywhere.
You gotta play shows. Give the people what they want.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
People do.
I suddenly want ice cream drumsticks. That's the winning comment right there.
I
Hey, I
like that
got.
he uses cheese sticks.
I have some Oreo ice cream bars in the fridge right now.
It's not the same.
Jeffy talks the same.
Skin melted off the body.
I didn't believe anything, Ren.
Hello, boys and girls. I just wanted to say thank you very much for streaming Animals. It's doing the best that any song's ever done in the history of the world. Probably, maybe. David Attenborough got in touch with me and said it's his favourite song he's ever heard. And all of these things are lies, but it's doing all right. Like, it's doing modestly well. Let's go. Let's make it do even more modestly well.
Hold up. All right, looks like we're playing shows, boys, and I'm bringing some cheese sticks with me.
See?
I'm gonna throw cheese sticks out at shows now.
Hey, we got so many homies now. You could open for some of them.
All right, well, now I'm gonna be bringing cheese sticks to shows to throw out, and it's all your fault, Ophelia.
Well, let's go. Let's make it do even more modestly well. Yeah, I'm single.
Me too.
Out that someone worked out the chords for Animal Flow and put them online. It's quite complicated, so you have to be quite a proficient guitar player to pick this one up. So it starts with B minor, boom da da boom da da, B minor. The verse is B minor, then it's B minor followed by B minor, and then it's B minor. You scroll down, the second verse is actually B minor, and then it's B minor. At the end of the second verse, it moves into this beautiful part that's played with B minor, which crescendos in B minor and is also emphasized and highlighted by B minor. Waiting.
A lot of B minor.
It's better than the alternative that Kendrick sings about.
I'm pretty sure that whole thing was in B minor.
Just like Drake.
Probably A minor.
But when I was working on Animal Flow with my bandmate, like, yeah, the music on this one all seems fairly the same, just played, in a certain way. Then we started covering the lyrics, and he goes, "Fuck this," because that flow is crazy. Like, this was a little difficult to work out the lyrics for that one, but we're getting there before we had to take a hiatus.
Part that's played with B minor, which crescendos in B minor and is also emphasized and highlighted by B minor. Waiting in the bushes outside of your house, like watching through the windows as you get ready for bed, and then when you get ready for work in the morning, and then following you to work. Then the third,
like Keto's bushes.
Oh, you mean like a little plant?
How he hypnotizes you with one chord.
L sharp.
I
What movie is
can't
that
be
from?
hypnotized. I can't be hypnotized. So
Studio 666, starring the Foo Fighters.
That's
Dave
a good
Grohl
movie.
creates a new note. L sharp.
good movie. I had a comment to that, but it's highly inappropriate. And as if
Oh,
we
yeah,
don't
that's
talk
not
about inappropriate things.
Skoggy's not new here. Everything's fair game.
Joggy streams on Twitch. Shout out.
when you get ready for work in the morning, and then following you to work. Then the third verse is B minor, and then the fourth verse, we see this beautiful shift in the music patterns, which ultimately lands on B minor. I shall be a wizard.
Bird was in Keto's bushes. There would be a queue longer than when he's at Five Guys.
Hey, you don't skirt around the tough questions.
Oh, I was getting there. I was getting there.
I was gonna say yes, Steve. I'm pretty sure he would.
Big question. Would Thundy turn down the chance to session drum for Drake? 100%. I would not. I would be like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't got much integrity, but I got a little bit of integrity. I ain't gonna lose the little bit of integrity that I got being a session drummer for fucking Drake.
I wouldn't even ghostwrite for him.
Oh. Thundy ain't no sellout. Thundy ain't no sellout. That's right. That's right. There's a lot of other people I would if they hit me up. Drake is not one of them. The way life is going, I don't need Drake. What if Drake showed you his boobs? I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
I've seen his boobs and his store-bought abs. So fuck Drake.
Why? Yeah. Yep.
This beautiful shift in the music patterns, which ultimately lands on B minor. I shall be a wizard.
I love this game.
Yes. It reminds me of the Battle of Balron.
I killed the Orphan King with a single sweep of my sword. Keith, you need help.
Hey guys, what are we playing?
There we go.
Can I have
No!
Your hands are too weak and feeble.
My hands are fine.
Then we scroll down the very last verse. That's B minor. So we come into the B minor. Then we've got the other verse, which is B minor, and then the outro, which is animal, animal, dum da, dum, animal. That's B minor.
So you guys met through the arts, just like him filming, or did you guys know each other before that?
So you know these camps that I talked about, these like hippie festival thingies. It's my brother, my brother from one of these camps, bro. It was Sam used to go to one of these. Yeah. Sam used to have this like hair that went down to like it was like he looked like Conan, and yeah, he was a lady killer. Well, he still is a lady killer, but he's a one lady man now. But he kills that one lady.
Yeah, shout out to Lucia.
Today I'm my precious. Today I'm working on the very last song of the album. I'll be in the chat from 7:30 BST, not GMT that I've been telling everybody, BST, British summertime, answering all of life's difficult questions like if a tree falls in the forest when nobody's around doesn't make a sound. Yes. That sound. This is what happens when I try and promote songs. There's a song coming out tomorrow. It's alright.
Oh, left my soul over there in Georgetown. Mi chico puta que pa cascarren que pescaresco.
It's really weird.
What language was that?
That's Gypsy.
Gypsy funk?
Gypsy.
Give me your tears, Gypsy, or I shall take them from you.
It's Madame Zeroni.
Oh, better not piss her off. I ain't trying to climb up no mountain with shades on my back. Nope.
This really weird dream last night. Really fucking weird. I was a Japanese lady in the dream, of course, and basically, like, I met this really cute guy. Keep in mind that I'm a heterosexual male, at least I thought I was until I had this dream. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. And I was like, he was flirting with me, and he was like, well, maybe you should come back to my house. And I was like, okay, where do you live? And he was like, if you look in the reflection of my eyeball, you will see the memory of where I live. So I looked in his eyes, and there was this reflection of this block of flats. So I was like, fuck, I've got to find this block of flats. So I did. I somehow sought it out as this resourceful young Japanese lady, and I found this fucking block of flats that he was living in. And then And I knocked on the door, really excited to see him. And then his wife answered the door, and she like took me inside, tied me to a chair, and kidnapped me, and then beat me. It transpired that I managed to escape, right? And then, and then I got out, and just as I was leaving and crossing the road, I was like, that was a horrible experience. I saw in the corner of my guy who'd asked me to meet him in his house, and then the dream ended, and that was it.
Guys, but what does that mean? What does that dream mean?
Can you explain that to me?
What's that dream mean, Dylan?
I have no idea. That's some weird repressed something or other.
Need the chat to tell me what they think that means. What does that dream mean? Oh, okay. Yo, I love eating cheese at bedtime. Dylan was eating cheese before we started the stream today. You want to know what kind of cheese Dylan was eating today, chat?
Prove it.
I can. I have it recorded.
I know. I seen it. There's a little on-air button.
Dylan's over there eating Colby Jack cheese before the stream.
It was included in my charcuterie board.
Your charcuterie?
My charcuterie.
I mean, still did it.
It's true. I didn't get to pick I didn't hand make this. This was a store-bought charcuterie, like we do here in the Midwest, with all of the basicest cheeses and meats. So,
hey, you ain't getting nothing crazy here.
No. Colby Jack, Ophelia. I ate the Thundy cheese of choice, and
I mean, I'll eat about any cheese.
With every bite, my soul died a little.
You don't have a soul. That's not how this works, Dylan.
They don't know that. It was supposed to be for drama.
They know it when they got a sneak peek of the podcast in the Discord. And Mary was like, "Not a soul in sight."
Shades had to disguise his.
Yeah.
I don't. Got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
I had to fit in with the cool crowd.
That's right. He brought way too much soul to the party. I had to fucking hide it.
Could it be the only ginger hanging out in there? I need some Colby Jack string cheese to throw out at concerts now.
You could have just said throw out, and I would have said, "Yep, you're right."
Oh, well, let's finish this off. It's almost done, and then we'll have to wrap this up today, I think.
Him in his house, and then the dream ended, and that was it.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us and blessing them with us. Lovely
to play football.
If you give them that, you can run on that onto chat.
Thanks, Fed Nation, again for having us for a second time.
Oh, all right then.
All right. So, guys, so we haven't been on here to talk about it since it's been announced, have we? About the tour that's coming in Omaha in October?
No, this is news to them.
So, do y'all know that Chris Webby is finally doing a Midwest tour? And we may have known about when he's coming to Omaha before it got announced officially.
We got connections.
And our boy Otis Julius, that we've been talking to you guys about and showing you guys, Chasing Dreams, is on the tour with him. And our homie is on the tour. King Icer's tour manager is on the tour with Otis. They're going to be hanging out with Chris Webby on the whole Midwest tour. So,
It'll be sweet.
We got Chris Webby coming to town October 29th. We're going to be at that show. And just waiting on the VIP information. It's in Omaha, Matt. Where's the show? It's at the waiting room, isn't it? Or is it?
Yes.
Yeah, waiting room.
Yep.
Yeah. October 29th, Matt, at the waiting room. If you're not there, we're going to have a problem. Okay? This is Chris Webby we talk about. All right? You got to come
Be
out
there or be square.
Yeah. If you're square,
Chris,
you can't roll down the hill.
Hey, without Webby, we don't know this community.
Without Webby, we need none of you.
This is the reason we're all here today.
I'm not going to cry.
We're all
okay?
homies. Because of Webby. I will. Hey, I'm gonna wear my new fucking Ninja Turtle shirt. I'm gonna make an exception. I
You're not
always
gonna
wear
wear
my
our
Cyber
Cyber
Skull
shirt?
Nope. We got Thundy and I got these new TMNT shirts for the
See this
30th
one?
anniversary. Oh,
Right
oh,
here?
hold on. Hold on.
Right here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got to get Webby.
Look, I got this one.
Okay. But yeah, so Webby's coming. Can't wait to talk to that motherfucker in person. Because without him doing what he does and us covering what he does, and without him being with Ren, we wouldn't be where we're at now. We wouldn't have you guys hanging out with us in here today. So we're super hyped to get to see Webby, and we're hoping that his exposure to Otis might lead to something. That would be really cool. So
Now listen to this. I made this analogy before. So we each got two hands and we're wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. On one hand, we got Yellow Wolf and we're collecting stones. J. Michael Phillips, pow, he loves us. Kasky, pow, the homie, he loves us. Ritz, pow, we're collecting stones. Over here, we got this Ren glove, this Infinity Gauntlet. Who do we got? We got Chris Webby. Boom, that's our homie. Our new homie Token. Boom, there it is. Guess who else? Echo. Boom. We got these two, like we're almost fully fucking powered. We'll snap our fingers and we'll have 8 million subs.
snap your fingers, snap your neck. Wait, wrong song. Wrong song.
We're collecting these Infinity Stones.
Yep. So Webby's coming. We're excited about it. Now the Echo show was going to be before that. And we were going to have him on before that, but now it's going to be probably November, into November that we see Echo.
No, December 16th. He announced it in one of his comments.
Oh,
it hasn't hit Ticketmaster yet, but let's see.
Ours should just transfer over. We got to look into how that works.
Yes. Let me pull this up while we're talking because somebody asked him about that show, and he gave the date for it.
Got to put that in the calendar.
Yes. All right. All rescheduled dates. Lincoln is 12/16 from Echo
December
himself.
16th. What
That's
day
right.
of the week is that?
I looked it on my
Tuesday.
That is the
Tuesday.
worst day of the week.
It's a Tuesday.
On a
Is
Tuesday.
it really a Tuesday?
It is a Tuesday,
Well,
Shades.
No, I just thought you knew.
Genius. No.
It is a Tuesday.
Oh, look at you, Copernicus. No,
It is
no one's-
Tuesday. So we're gonna be hanging out with Echo in December. Webby in October, Echo in December, and a lot of other stuff in between. Prof in October potentially.
So between now and then, we got local stuff popping off like crazy.
Hey,
Of
we're
this-
adding Prof to that Infinity Gauntlet potentially.
Yes, on this glove. And then we got Of the Skies headliner. We got the Impulsive headliner on my birthday. We got Bill Murray coming in October. Prof coming in October.
I loved him in Ghostbusters.
Yes.
We had someone in our shop wearing a
stacking
Bill
them.
Murray shirt the other day.
I have one.
We have to go to Bill Murray just so we can take a picture and send it to Lyric Noel.
Okay, because Gabby plays the saxophone with Sleep Token. Bill Murray's saxophone player, Gabby Rose, she played on the new Sleep Token album. That's bonkers.
Prof still touring with Norman Sand? I have no idea. Prof is on Halloween. So that's the difficult thing is Dylan has to go to a different show, which I wish I could go to. Shades has a daughter, so he's not sure what he's doing yet. I may just go ahead and buy my ticket, and even if I have to go solo, I may go. We'll see. I got to meet Prof.
That's a rough night.
And invite him on the
Rough night.
podcast.
We gotta collect that stone.
Gotta collect that stone. I gotta do the work and go meet the man. But we've covered some of your stuff, and we would love to talk to you. Cause like Shades has seen him live twice now,
I think just once.
and I couldn't go to the show. So
And tell him if it helps. I promise not to ask about rhyme sayers. I will leave that alone. I won't bring that up.
I mean, I know some other people that might go to the show. They may not go VIP, but I know some people who are probably going to go to the show. So, yeah, I was talking to somebody last night who might go to the show. So, yeah, we're doing what we can. We got a lot of cool things happening over the next end of the year here. So, and I am going to reiterate, the 10K Uncle Ray thing ends at the end of the year. If we don't hit 10K by the end of the year, that goal is null and void, and the bar's got to get raised for that. I can't let that go indefinitely. Okay? We are like 51 subscribers from 6K right now. And we're probably covering some stuff that no one's going to watch next week because they're local boys, potentially. So we cover what we've been discussing and not some of the bigger stuff that we want to cover too. We need y'all to show up heavy next week.
Yeah. Big time.
Big time. Because we might be in one of the videos.
Oh, is this what I'm thinking?
We might be in one of the videos that we've been talking about. We might be in the music video.
Is it that one we have to edit out really, really bad?
We might have to edit one of them a little bit. But we might be in the video.
That's it. You just got to do this on it. Put a bar over it.
So if you want to see us in a music video next week, we might be covering some local hip hop next week. So,
Hey, that same artist just dropped. The song's been out for a while, but he dropped a video with more footage from that show. So the song is called Archery. That's all I'm going to say. But that's one of my favorites. And the video has footage from a Vegas show and then footage from the waiting room show.
Okay.
So
Right on.
yes, and that's one of my favorites. King ISO produced that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's one of my favorites from this unsaid gentleman.
Yeah, go back and watch the token video from this week if you haven't seen it yet. Barely got 100 views, and it kind of surprised me that that's all. I mean, I know there's a lot with Ren going on right now, but I was
know,
like,
but
man,
listen,
this one
hey.
meant a lot to token, man. So
If I'm gonna cry, I need a bigger audience. Come on.
Speaking
see
of
Dylan
crying, Matt Kavanaugh says 3 guys, 1 cup. No way, sir. Never a cup. 3 men, 1 jar, maybe, but
oh my god, oh my god.
Cyber Skull mayonnaise. Hey,
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
I was just talking how there's only like 3 ingredients in mayonnaise. That's all. I wasn't being gross, you creeps.
Hit the duck! Yes! We love you, Scott Steiner!
I know Ophelia comments so much on our videos. YouTube's like, we ain't gonna let you comment no more. She's going
we
back
need
and watching the entire Cyber Skull Media catalog from start to finish, which is insane. Insane. Thank you. Thank you. You're getting some lore and seeing some things that people are not privy to normally. So
Hey, I want her to post in the Discord what her favorite video has been so far. I'm
like
curious.
your favorite stuff outside of all the new things, all the old stuff. What's your favorite?
Yeah.
They think it's spam. Yeah, because you comment like 12 times on every video. They're like, this is a bot. This is a bot.
Not even.
We are not view botting YouTube. You don't treat us good enough as it is. We're not going to violate your terms by view botting.
That's right. Try all you want to bear this. We're always going to surface.
What?
What?
You were like robotic, sir.
I know, I'm a bot also.
Does it count if I watch again? I don't think so.
Sure,
I don't know.
I think it does. I mean,
it does. Every view.
Every view counts. Sounds like it's something we could put to like a Mr. Rogers tune right there. It's your views that count. Yep. Well, yeah, if you want to join the Discord's where we have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Hanging out in there all day, chatting. We got an IRL show journal where we posting pictures from shows and stuff that we be going to. So you can go check those out. That's pretty cool. But Yeah. Well, suppose we've come to the end of the stream today because we don't really have time to watch anything else. I'm feeling having to get out of here for, and I got to go back and I got to like chapter everything out, which takes a minute. And I got to probably still some comments I need to go catch up on too on the back end. So thank you all for being here today. We are at giggity 69 views right now.
Nice.
But yeah. So
what is that?
let's see.
A pocket potato there, Dylan?
Hey, this is my bitty boomer. So this morning, because I can't ever just like do things in a normal fashion, I got my Argyle from Stranger Things, and I had to play Wake Sessions cover of Running Up That Hill through my Stranger Things bitty boomer to make it more topical, and it was amazing.
Well, guess we'll be hanging out in Discord off and on tonight. I might take a short break. Team Vecna. We know why you're Team Vecna, all right? We know why you're Team Vecna, okay? Because you're obsessed with Jamie, okay? We know this.
Hey, isn't it weird they took such a handsome critter and made him a disfigured monster?
Hey, Sweeney Todd wasn't that bad.
Worst pies in London.
So we'll be hanging out in Discord chat, and I'm gonna take a little break after we're done here. Then I might even hop in the voice chat. We'll see. I might even hop in the voice chat for a bit while I go back and chapter out today's video. It shouldn't take crazy long. We did 3 chapters and funny moments, so I'm just delaying the inevitable because everybody's still hanging out. But I love these. I wish we had more time to do streams. Because there's a lot
Midwest
of fun
live
stuff we wanna
stream?
do. We're working
Midwest
on it.
indie music?
If we can lock down a date with this podcast guest that we've been teasing in the Discord that we're going to be getting on, we're going to plan another Midwest music showcase. I'm not sure if we're going to get somebody on and talk about the artists that they work with and show their music. If we're going to get an artist on and show a bunch of their music and talk to them and let you guys ask them questions. But we're going to try to do those once a month. And, a Ren stream once a month, a Midwest music stream once a month, and shoot podcasts. So, and with football
We got a
season
lot
here,
of people.
And with football season here, that's going to be really interesting because I do not miss a Chiefs game. So it's going to be interesting figuring out these Sunday streams with the football going on. Might have to watch it while we're watching. So we recorded once like that, and I was like cheering in the video. So I can't miss a game, all right? I love this shit. All right, we'll stop dragging it out. We will get out of here. Thank you all for being here today. Does anybody else have anything to say before we wrap this bitch up with a bow and send it on home?
Nope.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, we can't leave yet. Look what Shades just did.
Yes. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Shades gifting out memberships over here.
Yes. That's
You gotta be
wonderful.
getting close to
Thank
another
you.
emoji. I want
Something.
fail and fire emojis here, but I don't want to remove anything.
Yes. That's wonderful. Thank you.
You're like, you got to have a bunch of other members in order to add more emojis.
Yes.
Some.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
We got one more emoji.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I'm going to upload a mid emoji right now.
That's wonderful.
No.
Thank you.
Yep. Need a fail, fire, and mid emoji. And I'm open to. We can always change it. We can always change it. We can add tons of stuff in the Discord. So now, if we I think it's live. I think it says we need 25 more members in order to open up the next emoji slot that we've got. So you can now get a fire and a mid emoji. And Uncle Ray. And you can get us with Dylan's. Dylan's emoji has been updated. The beacons are lit. We got our Ren emojis. For all you new members, you can play with all of these. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. We need more mid songs now so you can mid it. Well, future's coming. I don't see mid yet. You got to refresh. I had to refresh to see it, but I really want a Mighty Boosh one too. But we need a bunch more members. We need like 100 more members to get all the emojis I want. But all right, we'll get out of here. We'll stop wasting your time. We know you guys got things to do. So do we. We'll be hanging out in Discord. Catch you guys later. It can't be a Dylan emoji. It doesn't look like a num. A what?
None.
None. Ah, call back.
Hey, there you go. We're gonna start selling Cyber Skull candles, and I'll be on the side like this.
What? You're muted.
No, I'm not.
We're muted.
I'm not muted.
You're muted right now. What's he saying?
What the fuck? That's what I said.
I'm just kidding. All right, we're getting out of here. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Virgin Mary pistol grips, pretty dope. We post them in the Discord. Go check them out. If you like,
all right, then bye.
Rock the vibes. We'll go. We're out of here. We're out of here. Let's go.
Later, bye.
Ah!